Walk away from anyone or anything that gives you bad vibes. There's no need to explain yourself. There's no need to feel bad about it. This is your life. Make more space for your peace and your happiness. There is no more room for negativity in your future.
Please do not model your lifestyle after her. Thank you very much.
And that's from the Christian man.
I'm not judging you.
That's fine. But if you ever want to get married, there's a lot of young girls out there who want to get married someday. If pictures of yourself doing sexual things are all over the internet, your husband and your kids will not appreciate that.
What are your kids going to think of this?
I think Northwest is doing just fine.
Northwest.
Yeah, she's living her life.
Kanye's. Given the option between a mom who has porn on the internet versus one who doesn't have porn on the internet, I would prefer if all of my friends couldn't see my mom fucking other dudes and sucking their dicks.
I still consider myself a Christian.
She was hot,
I still consider myself a Christian. I believe that Jesus died on the cross for my sins.
Well, first of all, I want to say I am not a Christian. I am a Muslim. But I have something to say. Jesus Christ died on the cross for her sins. If somebody dies for you, for your sins, it doesn't mean you need to do that again. As much as I know, in Christianity, you cannot sin. In any other religion, sin is not okay.
So, a hyena asked me, "Girl, if you think we are the hyenas in the Western world, what do you call those passport bros, huh?" Well, obviously, they are the victims of the hyenas.
You know, you leveled up when you used to be with a man that made you pay half on Plan Bs, and now you're with a man that just pays for it fully. Period. Girl breakfast. And it matches my... It's pink, because I'm just a girl. Everything pink.
You need help.
Men saying, I've just decided altogether to avoid women, that it's better to be single, guys. They're almost like happy about the fact that they're gonna make the choice to avoid the entire gender of women because they have yet to actually resolve the war they have within themselves.
It is not because they're fighting a war within themselves. It is because they found peace with themselves. And she was so close. She was just so close to getting there because at least she's recognizing what men are saying. Because they're tired of the complaining, the double standards, the expectations, and the risk of losing everything that they've built. There is no unresolved internal war going on in these men. He just found peace and contentment on his own instead of using that energy and effort on someone else.
Relationship dynamics have undergone significant changes in recent years, with more men opting for romantic relationships with women. Several complex factors contribute to this trend, including men's emotional fatigue and dissatisfaction.
All right, y'all. Why do women get mad when men prefer much younger women? Glad you asked. Your girl got an answer for you. Let's get into it, family. So for starters, I will say that there's an extremely large age difference. It can look a little funny. 20, 30 years age difference does make you think, do they have in common? He was 30 when she was born. Here's the thing. If it's not illegal and no one was abused or is being abused in the process, then it is what it is. Okay? Here's the part 2 to my answer. Now, I'm a divorced woman, have a child, and I'm in my 30s. And I've heard everything that's said online. So at first, it was hard to accept. Hard to hear that you're not someone's preference because of some things that you can't control at this moment. And I used to get mad at it. Everyone wants to be everyone's preference. And I had to accept. Not for everybody. And look, I'm okay with it. There's men that's gonna love me for exactly who I am. And there's men that's not. All good. What's for me is for me. That's that. Accepting it for what it is really helped me to no longer be mad at it.
Start to find and pay attention to the qualities that you love in the men who are around you. The men you know, the men you don't know, the guy at the grocery store who asks to help carry your stuff out to your car. Because when you say, where are all the good men, I already know that you are in a pattern of looking for negative qualities in men. And you're finding them. So start looking for the good men and you will find them.
When I do choose to go on a date, I want you to feed me. I don't want to just go for drinks. And I feel like a lot of people will say like a coffee date or like, let's just go for drinks and like see if we vibe and then let's do dinner the next time. I see that as like, you're cheap. No, let's go to dinner. Let me see the way you order. Let's see your mannerisms. Let's see the vibes. You're going to order 1 dessert or 2 desserts. Let's see how generous you are. And I don't know. Like, I feel like already when you're going on a date, you're taking a risk. So like, if you're not willing to like take the risk and feed me and you're only like down to take me for drinks, I find that weird. Like, I'm not into that.
Women need ambitious men. They need men that are working towards something that they feel connected to. They need men connected to their emotions, men with passion, because there's feminine essence in that makes the feminine feel safe. You have this guy that's genuinely connected to the thing that he does. He doesn't come home exhausted with an expectation for the one thing he loves, which could be his wife, to meet all of his needs. He's now living authentically, in full alignment of who he is. He does the things that he loves. He comes home to make love with the person he loves and to have children with that person. That's a full life.
As well as women's struggles with self-sabotaging tendencies and unrealistic expectations. Understanding the root causes of these issues provides insight into the evolving nature of modern relationships from a more nuanced perspective.
50% of men regret choosing the woman that they have married.
Hold on. I'm sorry. Did you say we could choose?
Most men are not attractive to women, which is why you see men so needy that at the first sign of affection, they already hand over the key to their house. Saying that men regret the woman they chose is absurd. What men do regret is getting married, because dating is one thing and marriage is another. Many feel cheated by the promises that woman made and by the treatment they received from her once married.
Ladies, please date for your benefit. Date for your benefit. Your benefit is a better life, a better lifestyle, children who are taken care of, who have a stable father financially, even if he's not stable emotionally, but financially. Your children go to private schools, they get the best of everything. Okay, because these men are dating for their benefit, and we all know their benefit is sex. Okay, there's studies that have shown most women reach the age of 35 without ever coming. Okay, most women have never orgasmed. Most women are faking it in bed. I think 80% of women fake it in the bedroom. There is no benefit for us in the bedroom. Okay, our benefit is becoming mothers, which is a lifelong fulfillment. But the actual sex itself, it just benefits men. And because they benefit from us, we too should benefit from them. Get what you can. Go scam. Scam him if you must.
Put guys in the friend zone.
Because we don't like them, they're too nice.
What's wrong with being nice?
We like talking.
This is exactly why there's so many men that are just done dating, because if they're a good man, they're being told that they're too nice by this type of woman. And her advice is playing toxic games like not texting her back. Good men don't want that. But what they're being forced to do is weave through this toxic craziness and trying to stay true to themselves, all while hoping that by the time that they do find their match that is also of healthy mindset, that they're ready for her, which is easier said than done.
Ladies, here is a hard dating fact you're really going to have to accept. These good men you say you're looking for, they aren't out chasing women. They're working their ass to the bone, chasing their dreams. Hell, it's more than likely they're not even going to approach you unless they see a particular character trait that interests them. Now, this part goes for men too, as well as women. You have to put in an effort to develop a relationship. If you're just sitting there waiting for somebody to come along, you're never going to find them. With that said, remember this. You can't force attraction. If they're not attracted to you or interested in you, move on.
He ain't got no money. He ain't got no money. He ain't got no money. He do not have no money.
Women love being courted, and I do think that that is something that's lacking in our generation of dating, is men just don't court women like they used to. And I think if more men did, there'd be more success stories. Yeah, I think it's important for girls to be a little bit more headstrong and a little bit less of a pushover. And I think guys kind of like that. They like to chase. It's just like in their DNA.
Yes, absolutely. I think that we tried to modernize and at one point being like, you can sleep with them on the first day, and you can. Yeah, that's fine. Go for it. I could care less. But there is something in guys' brains wired like this where if you don't sleep with them on the first date, they're like, hey, what's up? They're texting you. You didn't give them all the marbles. Yep. I think that's as old as time.
You can't expect traditional values from men and not expect it from yourself.
It just doesn't work that way. Besides, we live in 2024 now. Things aren't the same as it used to be. If women aren't bringing the same thing men are bringing, it just won't work.
Here's some crazy research for you. So a third of men, 33%, a little over a third of men between the ages of 18 and 29 are not only single, but they're not actively looking for a partner. The same study said that by the year 2030, that 45% of women between the ages of 20 and 45 will be single. So I've got a question for the men, because I see it all the time in my comments. Most of my comments are filled with guys saying we're done. We're not looking. We like our peace. I need some more talk from you guys. Tell me why you're done. Tell me why you don't want to have a partner in life. Tell me why it's more worth it to be single than to have a partner. Even if you weren't to remarry, just to have a partner. I mean, I've talked to a lot of men. I've got my answers, but I want to hear it in the comments. So please.
Men often do not receive due credit for their contributions in relationships, as their sacrifices and support are frequently overlooked. This lack of appreciation can lead to frustration, undervaluation, and ultimately harm the health and longevity of relationships.
Why men are checking out of society and relationships.
Hey, what's up, everybody? This is Wendell Coolsey of the Double Cloud Podcast. So the topic for this week: why are men going their own way? So I was going to give you guys a explanation of why men are going their own way, but I found this video of this woman who had a great breakdown of why men are going their own way. So I'm gonna let her take it away.
People don't go where they're unwanted, and everybody always puts the blame and shame on men for everything that has gone wrong in society. A woman wants a man who is emotionally available and sensitive, but if a man expresses his sensitivity, he is told that he has a fragile ego. If a man wants to defend himself against a woman, she will shame him into being quiet by saying he's either too aggressive or he has toxic masculinity. If a woman says something offensive, she is protected. If a man says something...
Anyways, whether you agree or disagree, I invite you for this week's live show. We have a great panel. See you guys there. Facts over feelings. Peace.
The role of women, be the home. You're not meant to leave the home and try to make money for the home. Keep clean the house, the children, your speech, and your intentions. That is your job. Offer yourself to your husband. Oh, sex. It is so important. If there's anything that men are aching for and longing for, it's sex with their partner. Not a whore, not another woman. They want you. Allow him to be masculine and create a good life. Be there to calm him through his successes and failures. Men will fail. That's okay. Be there for them.
This is why we need stronger feminine leaders to guide the next generation of women rather than fucking Cardi B or Nicki Minaj.
Good morning. I have a couple questions. Maybe y'all can help me out. Here in Florida, since I just moved here about 4 months ago, men are very different. They don't court you. Whatever happened to flowers and phone calls and good morning, babe, and good night, babe, and let's go get lunch or breakfast, or hey, do you want to go look at the sunset? I don't fucking know. But that's gone now. Men don't do that. It's you gotta be the man, and that's so unattractive when you gotta pull out your masculine energy because the dude is too soft. It's wake up, dudes. Be a man. Build something. I don't know. I'll cook. You build. I mean, on a date, take the lead. I don't understand. It's situationships all day long. It just, it's so unattractive. I don't get it. Can somebody explain it? Or is it me? I don't know. I don't know. Let me know.
Girls put guys in the friend zone.
Because we don't like them, they're too nice.
Actually, no. The men stopped dating because girls like you aren't loyal anymore, and they started to realize they were wasting their time trying to make relationships work with girls that ultimately didn't care about them. And now it's ruined everything, even for good girls like me.
How do you expect for women to be submissive if
You don't even court us. No dates, no I miss you calls, no I'm just checking on you to make sure you made it home safe. Have you ate today? Are you okay? How's your mental? But you want us to be submissive? You haven't even bought me a cheeseburger. But you want me to be submissive?
Let's see what the men got to say about this.
If you are laying in that man's bed and you start to think to yourself, what's he thinking about? Does he like me? Go home. Get up and go home. Yes, he likes you, otherwise you wouldn't be over at his house right now. But what's he thinking about? Other bitches, probably. Get up and go home. Do not say that shit out loud.
If a man is so blessed about paying for your dates, he's just not gonna be a good provider. It just shows his character. A good provider will not mind paying for the dates. That's his mentality. So when you go on date and then your date required you to pay half on being like bitching about it or like ask you if the next time you can pick it up, he's not gonna be a good provider. So when you marry them, he's gonna do the thing like that original content creator mentioned. Whenever you ask him for $10, he's gonna be bitching about it, he's gonna be complaining about it. You think you wanna deal with that the rest of your life? No. So you want to find a good provider, and it shows on the dates. They will want to pay for the dates.
Women receiving advice from sources detrimental to their well-being can also impact their happiness and hinder personal growth. Respecting each other is crucial in building strong and healthy relationships, fostering understanding and trust. Unrealistic expectations and outdated gender roles can hinder the progress towards gender equality and cause relationship strain.
A group of girls said a male classmate sexually assaulted them. He was escorted from school in shackles, charged with crimes, spent an entire summer indoors with an ankle monitor. Finally, the girls admitted they made it up because they didn't fucking like him. That is absolutely insane that girls sat there, made up a story about a man and ruined his life. He could have committed suicide, stuck in his house, worried about being accused of something he didn't do, and they all have Instagram. And they deleted my Instagram saying I'm dangerous. Absolutely criminal.
Women are not always the victim, and this thinking needs to change. And as Andrew Tate says, it's absolutely criminal that women have the power to accuse men of something they didn't even do. Men are avoiding women at work simply because they are worried about women making unfounded charges or threats. Just imagine the mental consequences that boy will have to feel for the rest of his life.
And you're waving the white flag and you're giving up.
Mm-hmm.
So everybody
Absolutely.
I know, the men going their own way, that movement, they do not like me. My first problem with this is, look, if you're going to call yourself men going your own way, why are you here? Why are you still talking about all these women? Why are you still obsessing for women?
What kind of world do we live in where a normal, regular girl cannot find just a regular guy out here to date?
They can. The problem is society has lied to us, telling us to never settle, telling us that we're the prize to be won, telling us that no matter who we date, we deserve better, that we shouldn't put up with this or that. When the reality is a lot of those things are just natural human things, that everybody makes mistakes and no one's perfect. We're expected to hold men to these ridiculous that they can never reach. We are taught to expect perfection from our relationships, and we're not perfect ourselves. Instead of being realistic on what we personally can bring to a relationship and finding a man that is similar, we keep our expectations ridiculously high, which will make it impossible for us to find someone amazing. If you are truly willing to date a man that has flaws and imperfections, a man that does his best and treats you well, but doesn't necessarily give you the world, you're gonna find a man. Those men are abundant.
I have devastating news for the women out there. I don't know what it is, because it didn't make any sense to me, but it sounds just absolutely heartbreaking. And he left some more bad news in my comments that I don't understand what it is, but it sounds just absolutely heartbreaking. I hope we can all make it.
Guys, what happened to men being hunters? I thought they were designed to hunt.
Mgtow, what happened? Men don't court us anymore. They don't take us out on dates. They don't buy flowers. Ntho ba e tsebang fela ke sex. Please come to my place. We invite a stranger to your place. Do you even know me? O tsebella ka hore ke tsotsi. What if ke sebetsa le ditsotsi mo re tlo nkela di furniture le dikoloi? Yo bathong hle.
Self-destructive behaviors and past negative experiences can also impede the development of deep, meaningful connections.
The number of young single men in America is at a record high. This is why. According to Pew Research data that was released this week, a staggering 63% of men in their 20s are single, which is almost double that of women. Lonely men out there? Let's break down these numbers. Scholars say that women don't want to marry down, whereas in the past, men played a more significant dominant role in relationships. Women are now taking home 60% of all bachelor's degrees. And even though men still earn more money than women, that wage gap is slowly closing. It's now sitting at $43 a week. And that empowerment of young women is removing young men from the relationship equation. So then who are these young women dating? Some are dating and marrying slightly older men, which has been a thing for centuries. And others are more openly dating each other. There's more to it than just changing social dynamics. Women are also tired of dating emotionally unavailable and distant men, which is a larger issue in male relationships in general. Research shows that more men than women are friendless and lonely, and only half of single men are even looking for a committed relationship or even going on casual dates. They just want friends. And the social disconnect actually has really tragic consequences. Like the young male unalive rate is 4 times that of women. And all this research compounds with a 2021 Gallup poll, which found that American men are experiencing a friendship recession, with nearly 1 in 6 American men reporting not having a single close friend. Female empowerment is one thing, but if relationships and friendships are both falling for men, where does that leave us in the future?
Anytime I talk about dating or relationships or getting married, the majority of men in my comments are saying that they're no longer interested in dating. And I really want to know the reason. Like, what was the final straw for y'all to finally say, you know what, I had enough? Plus, there's this weird information going around that by 2030, like, heterosexual couples will be non-existent. People are not having babies and this and that. And do you think that's because men have stopped dating, or because women have stopped dating and people have equally stopped dating? Or is it because men are not pursuing women anymore? I'm really interested to see the comments or the duets on this post as to why y'all have stopped dating in the first place. Did you have a toxic ex? Did you go through a terrible divorce? Did she take everything? Or have you been on dates and they've just been so fucking awful that you finally said, forget it? So what's the real reason that you gave up dating altogether? Okay, bye.
Overall, the changing gender roles and evolving expectations in relationships have resulted in confusion and miscommunication between couples, highlighting the need for balance, understanding, and mutual respect in modern relationships.
All women are 304s. Nope. There is no such thing as traditional women anymore. Wrong. Women simply aren't worth it. What does that even mean? I am so tired of all of this negativity. Are you going to insist that masculinity is about growth, suffering, and overcoming difficult things, and then just not date because it's hard? Are some of you really so pessimistic and self-hating that you will just resign yourself to never feeling love and affection? Are you really going to sit here and insist that you have all of the answers to dating, and then just refuse to pass those answers on to a woman who is ready and willing to please you? Tell me, what battle are you even fighting? You insist there's a problem, but you aren't trying to actually solve it? What is the point of all of this other than to just kick and scream? There are a lot of great women out there looking for men with your values. Go meet them, be strong in your convictions, and enjoy the life that you can create with them. Because the negativity has got to stop.
What is one secret you never told your ex?
That I hooked up with someone else.
I cheated.
I cheated.
Jesus. This is crazy.
And that wraps up today's episode of Manosphere Daily. If you enjoyed the content, give it a like. Be sure to subscribe and hit the notification bell so you're notified as soon as a new video is out. Share your thoughts in the comments below. See you all tomorrow.